Now to Las Vegas, where jury selection started today in the trial for a man accused of arranging Tupac Shakur's murder 30 years after he was killed.
News 8's Kelly Hessedahl joins us now here in studio. Kelly, this definitely one of the most high-profile and infamous unsolved murder cases in modern history. I mean, he was killed almost 30 years ago, so why did it take so long for this case to finally go to trial?
Yeah, and there are a lot of reasons. For a long time, no one would come forward and talk to police. They also didn't have the murder weapon, and a lot of people that could have talked are now dead. So they just didn't have the evidence at the time. So when it comes to the defendant in the case, Duane Davis, also known as Keefy D, we do have some new video of him in court today. Now, what's interesting is Davis did make a statement to police about his involvement, what they call a proffer statement, which is basically an off-the-record statement that prosecutors aren't allowed to use against him. And so they're not using what he said to police to incriminate him. They're using what he said in media interviews and what he wrote in a book about his involvement in Tupac's murder, essentially using that as his confession. Now, Davis was arrested in 2023. He pleaded not guilty. His defense team is arguing he made it all up, that he just did it to make money. So I talked to legal expert Brian Watkins about all of this. Take a listen.
It's a unique case in the fact that they're basically using the defendant's own testimony and what he wrote in a book to prosecute him for a crime they have no other evidence that he was involved in.
Do you think that the defendant is going to testify?
The defendant has to testify. He has to explain his statements. What the book is his statements. It's so funny because now you have to tell a jury, believe me, I'm a liar. Really, believe me, I'm a liar. That is a tough sell to a jury. And that's what he's basically going to have to do. He's going to have to convince the jury that he is, in fact, a truthful liar.
And this trial is something that Tupac's family has been waiting for nearly 3 decades. Tupac was gunned down on the Las Vegas Strip back in September of 1996. Now, as for motive, prosecutors say Davis orchestrated the shooting to get revenge after Tupac and Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight allegedly beat up his nephew at the MGM Grand Hotel just hours earlier. Now, Davis has done interviews since his arrest a few years ago. He now claims he was not in Las Vegas on the night of the shooting and that a ghostwriter wrote his book. So jury selection could take all week. The trial could last as long as 5 weeks. Anna and Steve.
All right, so how many witnesses then is the prosecution expected to call? And I have to imagine there are going to be some pretty high-profile names on that list.
That's right. So prosecutors are expected to call anywhere between 35 to 45 witnesses, and among them, potentially Suge Knight, the former CEO of Death Row Records, who was in the car with Tupac when he was killed. Now, Knight is currently behind bars for an unrelated crime and has said publicly he's not going to testify, but we'll see. Also, the current governor of Nevada, Joe Lombardo, who was a Las Vegas police officer back in 1996, he's on the witness list. Sean P. Diddy Combs, people have wondered if he's going to testify since Davis wrote about him in his book and said he wanted Suge and Tupac dead and offered him supposedly money to carry this out. But his name so far is not on the official witness list.
So many rap lyrics and diss tracks related to what you just read for us, Kelly, and reported. So now it's finally all going to come to light, we hope, and the family hopes, I know.
Absolutely. We'll just have to wait to see what happens.
Yeah, a lot of talk over the years about whether it's an East Coast versus West Coast kind of thing. And we still don't have answers. So, Kelly, thank you very much.